As you may know or not, Rize is on the official Volume 15 cover, so that will only mean we are not ending here yet. We have at least one more volume to cover. Don't you love that feeling when everything is going well despite the chaos, since it only reassures that good thing comes for those who wait? Well, you may have to wait for a long time to completely feel that way. This was a heartwarming, comfy chapter with Kaneki recovered from his sleep and a tender reunion to kick off. Sadly, the outbreak is far from over. It just never stops. It starts off pretty good as it capitalizes not just the destruction that Kaneki technically caused since he was a vessel to Dragon, but the trip of accepting his guilt of action. His expression says words that this is not the old him that will feel depressing. It's not to say he doesn't care about it at all. The surrounding has him feeling uneasy but moving ahead as he attempts to adjust his new way of living. The flashback begins with a reunion, and while it was tough to squeeze in all of the reactions like everyone must get a spotlight, Ishida did a really good job to squeeze as many as he can without stretching it. It was kind of a bit short since the bigger news is to get his body checked and continue to deal with Dragon, which is for the best. Besides, it's obvious that everyone will react heavily just done off screen. When it comes to on screen, the reactions are touching and each of the characters has their way of expressing it. It was adorable for Saiko to hug Maman after so long. It's like watching a daughter at long last reunite with her beloved father. Nishiki is very like him with his angry expression, yet his words and follow-up shows his actual feelings. It amazes me on how all of these characters have real convincing connection with Kaneki. So I am compelled by the reaction. Toka's scenes was short and sweet. A hug from his wife is all he needs to know how relieved she is. Happy wife, happy life. The question behind Rize's newborn self remains unanswered, yet I feel more clues towards her state of being are contributed by Kaneki. Granted, she may not have the same effect as him, but if it does, then we could grasp an idea. Kimi doesn't know much of him still, though he states that his eyes are perfect now and his headaches are all gone. If I recall Nishiki's theory, he said that perhaps Kaneki would look young again by going cannibal. Perhaps consuming so many cells as Dragon changed his body significantly, almost like the perfect body. Not only that, he also looks younger than before, or at least he had the best sleep of his life, and he is as polished as ever. What makes up for the lost time of reunion was how everyone had their input to tell Kaneki the current situation. Kimi told him that Toka and Saiko are in one room because they form a pact to stand against a threat. I don't know why, but seeing Toka and Saiko together in that panel makes me think Kaneki already has a family. A wonderful family, with a daughter to boot. Who says he's not the father already? Anyway, Nishiki reconfirmed that Human and Ghoul are temporarily united. Alma stepped in to tell Kaneki that it was all because of Hide that got them together to save him. Kaneki's reaction in those three panels show how stunned, yet maybe confused that Hide is alive. The hype for the reunion continues to rise, and it's a damn shame that Hide is away from the area. The timing of departure really needs work. Kaneki has to settle with Hide after that questionable last moment that left him believing he has killed his best friend. This is still a mystery on how he was able to live and who helped him. I have to admit, I got excited when I saw Uri and insisted that he should give Kaneki a tour outside. If anything, this was among the top 3 most hyped up reunion to wait. This is easily my favorite part of the chapter, and it was a pleasant treat to the memory lane. In fact, I meant that in a literal sense, since they actually gone back to the early days and recollect that it was a road that they have drove through. It's nice that Kaneki have a conversation with his human friends after he was avoiding them for what he believed good attention. It's definitely a new him with reconciling his connection. That said, It is clear that he is still working on it. The best part is how Urie talks to him like a normal close friend, rather than an arrogant prick he once was. Development is an amazing feature, isn't it? I like his present displays it as a mature, professional leader as he reports the crisis and how they managed to lessen the damage. Psycho stood overnight to evacuate the civilians, and she's like, yep, is what I do. That small detail of Uri looking proud at her accomplishment hits the sweet spot. The best part of that part, if that makes any sense, is Uri let him know that if anything is bothering him, it's best to express it with his own words, not with his face. The line about pondering things alone got me all teary. Seriously, how could you not love this guy? That was wonderfully addressed that not only Kaneki gets more comfy, but it perfectly described Uri's character development with one simple line. He knows that feeling all too well, and he won't let anyone to go through that negative road. That's inspiring right there. A simple line can hold a deeper meaning. It speaks volumes that Kaneki is more willing to let his friends to help him out and allow them to approach him like he's your friendly neighbor. Psycho, as charming angel she is, would like to visit him to talk about many things like the good old days. Psycho is seriously too good for this series, and no, I'm not even bashing it. It's just a great compliment to her and her utmost adorable nature. Kaneki replies with a yes and a smile that must be protected. He is truly reborn as a better man. Of course, Ishida doesn't think we need a happy place, so things go dark once a random ghoul starts eating flesh. I would admit, it would have been hilarious if Uri somehow regrets his character to the very beginning and starts killing ghoul for a promotion. But this isn't a gag series, so I'm perfectly fine with that. Besides, I think a lot of people will actually be really pissed off. It's his job to hunt down ghoul that is killing human, so he has to act now. At least he was reasonable about it, so his character remains undamaged. The woman who was all apologetic, and that's when things are becoming very strange. Kaneki remembers her back in CCG and knows that she is a human. Well, more like she was, and that's how they are introduced to the concept of human turning into ghoul in a blink of an eye. Everything is about to get worse. Okay, so this part with the woman eating a person stunned me because a fan remembers her. She actually was from chapter 20 of the original series, and after looking it up, I was stunned. It's not that she's relevant that shocked me, like, oh, she's going to be a very important character, unless Ishida decided to do so. It's the fact he has everyone in his book and used them for later moments, including Hajime. So every character will have some parts. So expect one character all the way in the background to be somehow get involved with this scenario. Basically, every character will get something. She was the one that belittled Ghoul as nothing but a scrub during the interview with Kaneki. So Ishida decided, let's have a good laugh at this. And that's what he did, making her into a ghoul. Wow, karma is indeed a bitch. What's also funny yet alarming is that we got breaking news live on the big screen. It tells me a few things. The chaos is far from over as the fourth war is under attack with dragons, little monsters. Peace? What's that? That's an eye-opener for everyone, especially Kaneki. The destruction doesn't need him to go on. Lastly, we have ourselves the boldest reporter of all time, Furata. News media really cannot catch a break anymore, can they? Well, at least we will get an interview from one of those monsters. I'm looking forward to that. It was a relaxing and kind chapter that we solely needed it before the cliffhanger. The reaction to his awakening was short yet pretty sweet. The mystery of Kaneki's new body continues to intrigue. The reunion with the old Q squad minus Musuki is delighting and good feel moment. The cliffhanger flares up that we are far from over from this problem. And I believe we may get a better insight of Furata's agenda in the next chapter. I think is now a good time to give us some answers. Then again, we have been trolled before, so we shall see. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. Now that we have seen Volume 15 cover featuring Rize, I guess it would be best to say that we will have at least one more volume to spare. I mean, we gotta end it with Kaneki, right? Unless he's breaking that mold. Besides, we have Furata about to break the news, and I think that is the way to extend the arc with few parts to settle. I don't think every part will get settled in this one arc, so there's definitely a lot to cover. But in the meantime, I do believe they have to get rid of Dragon stuff for good. That way, we could focus the next chapter of Tokyo Ghoul Saga. Share your thoughts in the comment. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel, and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.